Hey, Good Fox here. Today I'm back with JGarcia. We are going through relief pitchers today. So if you got to relieve yourself, you can pause the video and leave. Bad joke right away. But we got through the starting pitchers. Check that out in the last video. So JGarcia, how you doing?
I am doing well today.
That is very nice. So let's get right into it. Relief pitchers. Who you got for us?
All right, I got quite the plethora of guys right here.
Nice.
So we'll go ahead and start out with 84 overall reliever on the Marlins, Kyle Barraclough. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his name. Anyways, this dude, how he comes in with only, in my opinion, when the reliever only has a 4-seam and a slider and a 4-seam changeup and like a 2-seam. When they have those 3 pitches, like a 4-seam and a 2-seam involved, like I basically say they have 2 pitches. So I see Kyle as like a 2-pitch pitcher. However, that being said, he has 99 hit per 9 and 99 K per 9. So you're literally, yeah, exactly. So you're it's literally the smallest zone possible. So he has fantastic stats, and to use against the computer, fantastic option, because the computer is not obviously like a human where they only have to pick up on the 4-seam and the slider. Like the computer's all random number generators, I assume. Or, yeah. So essentially, he's a fantastic player to use when grinding and Conquest against CPU.
So I have a question. Are you worried at all about his control? It feels like it's a little bit low at 56 and 49.
Well, the thing is, with control,
if you're good,
it's all user. So it's if you can control your meter, control however you're pitching, then it's not really an issue. But that being said, if you can't, then yeah, it's always something to look out for. If you need the slower meter, then by all means, then probably don't use him.
I got you. Yeah.
It's not really an issue usually, and I'm not the greatest player of the show, but I mean I'm pretty good, and I have to say, like, it's not insanely hard to control the meter.
Okay, that's a good point. But something I thought I'd ask about. But yeah, so he's going for about 450 to 635 at the moment. Yep. Put in a couple buyouts for him. But yeah, definitely a guy you can have closing out games for you and then shutting down the opponent. All right, 100%. Next up.
All right, so next up we have a reliever from the Cubs. Actually, it's Carl Edwards Jr. Goes for around 100 stubs to actually put in the buy order. You can get him for around 30 to 40. And what I like about him a lot is he has a great hit per 9, K per 9 as well. He has 96 and 89, and he's a bronze, so it's always something to keep in mind. And he's really cheap, and he throws fastball, 4-seam, and a curve and a change. So he's got a decent arsenal for a reliever. And I really like those stats. And
perfect. Yeah, I mean those are great stats for
something worth mentioning. Though, okay. Sorry about that. Is that he has a kind of like a wonky windup. It's not like long, but it's just like kind of weird. There'll be something to get used to. But I mean, in terms of like the meter, obviously, like the meter just goes like regularly, but it's just like weird to see sometimes.
So maybe that'll help throw off the opponents if you're facing against a human.
Kind of, actually, yeah.
I like that. Little meta game there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, next up.
All right, now next up, got into Padres, and actually costs a decent amount for a reliever because he's part of the Padres collection, which consists of exactly 0 golds and diamonds. So it is Ryan. I think it's pronounced in the game Butcher, or Buchter. So I mean, I'm sure you see it on the screen,
Butcher,
but yeah, he is a fantastic pitcher, or has been doing fantastic for me. He is my go-to guy in Conquest right now whenever they shut down a game, because he has, once again, 99 hits per 9, 99 K per 9.
Wow.
98 K per 9.
Yeah.
So he throws a pretty good fastball coming in around 94. He touches 96 occasionally, but usually hovers around 94, 95. And once again, I mentioned this in a video a couple days ago, but it's definitely very important to have some lefties in your bullpen, because when you come up against someone that can't hit lefties and just mashes righties, you need to be able to call to someone in your bullpen just like a manager would in real life. So definitely useful to have him, and especially for Conquest against CPU, because once again, he throws basically a 4-seam and a cutter, which is a little bit slower, and a slider. So his pitches really don't have that much of a change of velocity. So against online players, beware. But yeah, I'd say against CPU, absolute money. I mean, he's he hasn't blown a save for me. I probably have around 16 saves with him so far in 16 games, obviously.
Wow.
So yeah, definitely someone to look out for.
It is interesting to see his cutter's got less control than his slider. Usually you see that the other way around.
Right. Yeah.
But I guess the cutter and the slider is thrown similarly, just at different speeds. But all right, next up.
Next up, we have a reliever on the Red Sox. I think he came in actually the Yoan Moncada trade, even though I could 100% be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure. Anyways, it's Tyler Thornburg on the Red Sox. 80 overall silver. He has 92 hits per nine, 88 K per nine. Really nice stats. And yeah, he throws a really slow changeup compared to his fastball. His fastball comes in around 92 to 94, which I'd say it's average, in my opinion, but his changeup comes in around 80 to 82, and that change in velocity is fantastic. That being paired with his curveball, which breaks almost the zone. His curveball is insane break, fantastic pitcher for me, and yeah, definitely someone to target if you're looking for someone to use online, because once again, with that hits per nine and K per nine being as high as it is, your opponent's PCI, his zone, will be smaller, and you'll be able to get a lot more outs, obviously.
Yeah,
so yeah,
strike him out.
Look out.
Yeah, for sure. A lot easier to make strikeouts, and you don't have to rely on those crazy batted balls and those real life ball physics this year. Yeah,
I like those ball physics actually. I really love the addition they made to the show in that.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying it gets crazy at times. You know,
100%.
RNG on it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up.
All right, so next up, we're going actually a little bit away from the typical 99 hits and K per nine players. We're actually looking at Astros reliever Luke Gregerson. Now, this is a reliever that's fantastic to use against online competition. He has a 89 fastball, which you might think is worrying, but when you pair that up with that 74 changeup, which I should add, I have not seen that changeup go 74. I've seen it go 72, 71, even 70. I have not seen it even go 74. So once again, his changeup is literally insane. Like, it's almost a curveball, except it looks just like a fastball coming out of the arm. So it keeps your opponents really off guard.
Yeah.
And once again, he throws a sinker, which breaks a decent amount, so he can get ground balls pretty easily with that. And his slider breaks the zone. So against righties, he's a fantastic pitcher to use because of that fantastic slider, changeup, and fastball combination. Against lefties, a little bit not as good, obviously, but does have that changeup.
I got a question on that. It is kind of weird how, as a righty, it's so hard to hit that slider because it's going away from you. But why is it easier to hit it as a lefty coming into you? It's just a game. I could see it in real life being that way.
Well, and that's how it is in the game as well. As soon as you see because they have to throw a slider that comes into the plate, and then as soon as it catches more of the plate, it's just gonna be over the plate, and you're just gonna hit it. Now, if it goes in too far, then it's gonna hit you. But if it goes on too far against a righty, then it's just a ball. You know what I'm saying?
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's about hit by pitches, that kind of thing.
Yeah, because if you lose control of that slider, then yeah, you're gonna hit the batter, and you're probably gonna be using that slider in like an 0-2 count anyways. So you're obviously not trying to hit someone on an 0-2 count or leave it over the plate. So you have a really small area to work with, like that little tiny area to between the batter, where the batter's standing, and the plate. So it's not worth it usually, and that's why people don't use. I mean, that's why I don't use sliders on lefties using the righty.
All right. What about cutters? Not specifically this guy. Do you use cutters against?
I like the occasional back. Oh, actually, no. I should take. No, hold on. Cutters, like really fast cutters, like 94 to 96. Righty against lefty, deadly. Inside, oh my god, because it moves like the perfect amount, and you can easily control it. And
nice.
It usually saws off the other pitches. The other batters
handle
that.
Yeah. I got
you. So, someone that's really good with that is actually Dylan Betances. Obviously, he costs a lot of stubs, but like in the games past, that cutter is fantastic to use against lefties. And yeah.
Nice. All right, let's move on to more budget relievers. Sorry for getting off track. The people listening.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So next is AJ Ramos. Now, AJ Ramos is a closer for the Marlins, and you can get him for around 300, 200 stubs. And he does not throw gas, but what he does have is a fantastic hit per nine and K per nine. His control is definitely that's one of the pitchers I'd say that I have a more difficult time controlling the meter with, because that's a very fast meter. I've used everyone in this list, obviously, but him more so than anyone else. That being said, it definitely, I mean, there's a reason why he's still my pen, because he throws a 4-seam, a slider, change, and a curve, and a 2-seam. 5 pitches coming from a closer. Like, you don't see that every day. And someone to use online, he's a great player to use online. His pitches, once again, have fantastic break. You can see, I don't know if it's on the screen right now, but his changeup actually has 99 break.
Yep.
Like, that's pretty ridiculous. So his opponents, or whoever the batters you're facing, have a really small PCI, really small zone to hit these pitches in. And because of how many different pitches he can come at you with, he's a fantastic option. And that's why he's really popular. He's in most people's pens.
Nice. Very cool. So that's AJ, pick him up for about 225 to 300 on the market, and set him and then throw pats. But yeah, you got to kind of be a better player to use this card than other cards that we've shown.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Great. Next up.
All right. Next up, my man's Tony Sipp. Tony Sipp, definitely not a name you'd expect to see in this because he does not throw gas, but what he does throw is once again, fantastic changeup. This changeup breaks a ton, easy to use, and it's so slow. It's so slow. So he's a really easy pitcher to use, and once again, you're going to need lefties in your rotation, in your bullpen. So he's a pretty solid pitcher to use on a budget. And once again, he has pretty good hit per 9, K per 9 for a reliever, for a bronze reliever, 79, 83. Obviously not the same 90s that we were seeing before in the other pitchers. But yeah, for 40 to 80 stubs, like, you really can't go wrong. So I definitely suggest giving him a try and see how you like that changeup.
Yeah. So I'm just waiting for the time that you're going to throw us a guy with like the Ephus pitch or something, where it's coming in at like 40 miles per hour, because it does seem like you really love that slow stuff.
100%. It's huge. And that's why I'll tell you who the closest is to that. Fucking Yu Darvish. Like, I don't know if you know about Yu Darvish's 12-6, but it goes like 68 or 67 in this game.
Really?
Oh, it's insane. Yeah, because he throws a 95 fastball, and it's ridiculous. That's why Yu Darvish is such like a sought-out player by so many people in Diamond Dynasty, because they know how deadly that combination is online.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, 93 to 68 is what I just looked it up. Yeah. That's a good difference in speed there. But cool, nice. All right, he's going for a little bit more, 15,000 stubs. But back to the budget guys. Who's up next after?
All right, so we have some interesting guys coming up next. We basically just have some absolute gas masters now that throw decent changeups. Well, actually, this guy I'm talking about right now, Carlos Estevez. He's a 74 reliever on the Rockies, and he has pretty good stats coming in at 79 hit per 9, 81 K per 9. And yeah, he throws a 95 fastball with a 83 changeup, so nice right there. And he has the 4 pitches that I really like to see in a pitcher. He has the curve, he has the change, he has the slider. So he just has the arsenal, and he has the change velocity that makes him effective. So yeah, definitely someone to target. And his curveball is definitely iffy. I've used him. The curveball does not move as much as you'd like it to, but changeup definitely keeps your opponents guessing. And the slider actually is very good as well. And once again, the fastball comes in really fast. So yeah, a really good player.
Well, that's kind of it's interesting. You talk about the arsenal. What is your ideal arsenal? Is it these 4 pitches, then maybe a sinker onto it?
Yeah, sinker or cutter, pretty much.
Nice.
I mean,
yeah,
because these pitches, like, they make your like opponent or batter think about all these different possibilities that they're going to face. Like, if you're going to face someone that throws a 86 slider with like a 95 and a fastball and a 94 2-seam, then yeah, you can pretty much sit fastball, and if you get slider, then it is what it is, and then 2 strikes, then all right, then here we are. But if you get that fastball that you have a pretty good chance of getting, then I mean, you're going to tank it.
Yeah. So okay, it's the change of velocity and different breaks and stuff is important.
Yes,
I get what you're saying. Yeah. All right, moving on from Carlos.
All right, now here is I don't really know if I recommend putting this guy in your pen, but I'm just gonna say it because I had to give this guy a shout out. Mauricio Cabrera. This dude throws 100. That's pretty much enough said. He has pretty low hit per 9 K per 9 at 56 and 74. But I mean, if you're throwing 100 and you're a common, I just gotta shout you out. And 88 changeup with an 84 curve. I've actually used him in the game and online. I mean, once again, he just saws off bats left and right. Definitely better options, but if you're looking for a fantastic gas master, you know what, dude? You really can't go. You can't. I mean, you could do worse. That's all you gotta say. This dude throws, once again, 98 to 100. Like, nice. You don't see that every day.
Yeah, definitely a smoke show. All right. Next up.
All right, we got next up we got Brian Ellington. Now he's a 74 reliever, and what I really like about him. Oh, hold on a second. Do I need to pull him up?
96. Yeah.
Yeah, 90. So yeah, once again, he's really cheap at 21 to 74 stubs. Yeah, he throws a 96 fastball, and once again, very low changeup with 83 miles per hour, and his curveball breaks as well. So.
Oh man, look at that control though. 10 control on the curveball.
I am aware. That's all I gotta say. I've used him, but once again, you know what? If you're on a budget where you need someone with between 21 and 70 stubs, then you're gonna have to make sacrifices like that. And it's definitely It's definitely better to have a pitcher with low control and high stats and good stuff than a pitcher with great control with bad stuff, because then you'll just get tanked.
I got you. Yeah, because you'll be able to throw strikes, but those strikes will go over the fence.
Yep.
Gotcha. All right, moving on from Ellington.
All right, now next up, this is one of my favorite players I've used so far, and online he is unstoppable. God, you hear people all the time talking about how annoying it is to face Pat Neshek in this game, because that 69 mile per hour circle change pairs with that 91 sinker, 91 fastball. Well, I'll tell you what, Mike Morin on the Angels, 78 overall reliever. His stats are not the best, 66 hit per 9, 71 K per 9, but what he does have is a 71 mile per hour changeup, which literally moves like a curveball. So this pitch is literally insane. His fastball came in topped out at 95. He hits 95, I'd say around 20% of the time, and that changeup has hit 68. I've seen it hit 68. Wow. So yeah, oh my God, online. If there's anything to take away from this, I'd say Ryan Butcher, great player for Conquest. Mike Morin, fantastic player for online, playing against other people. Against the CPU, not a great option, because he has really low, not really low, but low stats compared to what you could be using. But online, oh my goodness, fantastic option.
Nice. Glad to hear it. So yeah, it's good to hear that the two different modes require like two different thought processes and how to get the guys. There's a lot more strategy into this game than just get the guy with the top stats, because changing up people's
fucking Brashad Perriman, like Brandon Cooks, like you know what I mean?
The speed difference. Yeah, oh yeah, it's huge. All right, is this coming upon the last one here?
Yeah, and actually, I'll probably throw someone else in as well.
Cool.
But I'll do that after this. Josh Fields is next. All right. Josh Fields is a 82 reliever on the Dodgers. He comes in at around 140 to 91 stubs, so pretty inexpensive. But he throws a 94 to 96 fastball, which I love. His fastball definitely moves a lot. 12.6, really slow. That's one of the eephus guys, actually. You know what? It's where he is, because his curveball definitely breaks a good amount, and it's really slow. I've seen it coming in around 69, 70. So, and then when that changeup was really slow as well. So I like using him. He's in my pen, and
he looks like he'd be good against the computer and online, because his K per 9 is so high and the change in speed on his pitches. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, he's a silver. So I mean, most of the relievers you'll see in this game, even in July, are mostly silvers, because the silver relievers really are really damn good. So yeah,
I got you, because the differences in their speed is more important than, like, say, their stats a lot of times online. Very cool. All right, now who's the secret last pitcher that we got?
Jake Diekman. Now I'll give you some time to bring this up.
All right,
before we get into it.
Jake Diekman, 78 overall.
Yes.
Okay, got him.
All right, so this guy, he's once again another lefty. Great to use both online and against the CPU. 92 K per 9, 76 hit per 9. Sinker moves a decent amount, but what I like using with him is two seams. Two seam comes in around 99, 98.
Wow.
Yeah. And his changeup, I mean, if you use the meter right, can go down to 83, 84. So, yeah, a fantastic player to use, and you see him a lot online. There's definitely a lot of relievers that I did not mention this this video that you see a lot online, because right now they're expensive because there's such high demand. Like Carter Capps, Hunter Strickland, but these are guys that can fill right in, and especially Jake Diekman. Once again, he throws absolute gas, and then throws pretty nice changeup as well. Pretty nice stats too. So, definitely a player to look out for.
Very cool. Thanks. This is amazing because the two-seamer looks like it's got a lot of break on it too with that, like, it kind of runs, right? And then, so this guy's got a lot of movement on his two-seamer slider going two different directions, speed difference. I love it. Love it, JGarcia. Love these guys. I'll be picking up them myself, throwing in my pen here. But thanks once again for joining us, Jay.
Absolutely, man. Take care.
Yeah, see ya.